So here we are. I spent a lot of time on this diagram, and I'm hoping that it's clear for all of you. As you can see, anybody can go on the internet, check out my videos on YouTube, join the Discord, or as of today, join the Patreon. If you join the Patreon, you get access to a hour-long mentoring session every month uh, if you are at the right tier. That's the 128-bit tier or higher right now. I will adjust that as needed, and I'll be using Calendly for that to make sure everything's scheduled well so that I don't have to worry about conflicts or anything like that. I also want to make sure that people are uh, respectful of the fact that I'm in the Pacific time zone, and I don't want people expecting me to mentor them at 3 o'clock in the morning because that's just not going to happen. Sorry. Um, Patreon, though, means that I can also do more code. I can do more projects. I'll probably use GitHub for those projects and that code. Um, of course, I've given VIP access to the Discord for all Patreon tiers. And obviously, if you're a Patreon, you're going to get that love from me. No hassle at all. And you might even get swag if I figure that out. I'm not kind of on the fence about that. I'm not really sure what people would want or if it provides the value people want from me. But it's on the table and it's an option if people want it. And if they've been on the Patreon for enough months, I have no problem sending them out a mug or a poster or a hoodie or whatever. Just needs to provide value to them and be something that they enjoy. The big thing for me is votes. As you can see here, I've got votes. Anybody on the internet go on the Patreon, and once they have Patreon, they have access to votes and polls. This is important to me. For the longest of times, I've kind of had this idea where I could live a certain part of my life publicly, and I can just ask a group of people who support me for advice or just what's next. And I've always dreamed of that. And so today I'm putting it into practice. Think of this as a choose your own adventure style story for my life. If you are a Patreon and you get a vote, then that means that I can do things like get indecisive and figure out, well, which feature should I work on in this project? Do I work on A or B first? And I'll put it to a vote. And then 24 hours later, I'll have my answer because the people who are on my Patreon get to decide for me. What this also means is that if you follow the Agile or Scrum model, you, the Patreons, are the product owner. And that means that once you've gotten together and made your actual decision, my job is to iterate and just get the work done. And hopefully, if I do that enough and I'm successful at it, my Patreon will take care of everything. And if I don't get the support for this and it doesn't work out, then oh well. It was a great exercise, a great scientific experiment, and I can finally get that out of my head. But here's the deal. If I start doing Patreon polls and people are voting in them, that means I'm picking up traction. It also means that the people who support me the most and the people who are voting for the most successful thing for me, aka they're voting for the things that are clearly in my best interest, they will also get my best support. Obviously, Patreons and their votes will be based on the tier of the Patreon support that they give me, but it will also be based on their historical voting and the things that they've done in the past. I want to give the people to support me the option of doing so, and I want to make sure I weed out the trolls because I'm fully aware that there will be people who join my Patreon just to start troll. And I want to make sure that they don't have that opportunity. But that being said, I'm really looking forward to the idea of just wanting to start a project, getting another idea for a project, and being able to say, hey guys, or hey everyone, because let's face it, not all of you are guys. What should I work on next? And then being able to post a poll and get a vote within 24 hours and then know exactly what I'm working on. So here we go.